Welcome to episode number 6 of this Austin Dunlop's NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. And today I'm obviously playing my Austin Dunlop's NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise. It's the playoffs based on the episode and based on the screen, because on the screen it says regular season has ended. So based on that and the title of the video, it's the playoffs, because the title of this video should be the playoffs are here. In this episode, we'll play one game. It'll be round 1, game 1 against whoever we're playing in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I know I'm pretty sure who we're playing, but you guys will find out who we're playing. Well, right now, because I'm going to show you the standings. But before I show you that, I'm going to show you who led us in points. Well, you can see it said Jake DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk led the Dunlop's with 54 points, and you might think 54 points is low. It kind of is. I actually don't know how in the world would have known that had more than 54 points. I mean, DeBrusk, it's not like DeBrusk missed like 20 or 30 games. He played all 82 games, only had 54 points, which is 54 points. It's still 54 points. But it's like, in 82 games, that's not a lot. Because usually you see the leader on a team at least with like 80 or 90, but he only has 54. Dmitry Orlov, 52. Guys, Mary, Tati, 51. Alexander Wennberg, our captain, at 51, and then so on and so forth, or whatever. I don't know, so on and so forth. That's the saying. Here's the standings. 13 made it from the Central Division. Blackhawks won the Central Division and had the best record in the Western Conference, and I believe they had the best record in the NHL points-wise. And if they did, they won the President's Trophy, which goes to the NHL team with the most points at the end of the regular season. Dallas Stars also made the playoffs with 96 points. The Nuns made the playoffs with 94 points. We went 46, 34, and 2 with 94 points. And then over in the Pacific Division, 5 teams made it, because only 3 teams made it from the Central. Oilers clinched that division. Ducks clinched second place. The Lions are in third. Canucks are in fourth. Flames are in fifth. And you might think, if you watched the last episode, if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. There's a playlist for the series, which has the first 5 episodes of the series. And that playlist will be in the sky in the top right corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. But bottom line is, I said in the last episode of the series, which is like 5 days ago, that the Flames had no chance to make the playoffs. I was clearly wrong, because they clinched the playoff spot. I think the Tins and Flames both at 87 points, but I believe the Tins and Flames both at 87 points, and the Flames played all 82 of their games. This is before the last episode, before I played the last game of the regular season for the Austin Dunlop's. Before I played the last game of the regular season with the Austin Dunlop's, I believe the Flames and Tins both had 87 points. The difference is the Tins still had 1 game left. The Flames had no games left, and I think that if the Tins lost their game, their last game of the regular season, which it must have, because they did, that they would still be tied, obviously, and somehow the Flames have the tiebreaker over LA, which they do, because I mean, they do. So those two wildcard spots in the Western Conference go to the Canucks and the Flames. It was the Canucks and Tins, but then the Tins got booted out and the Flames were in. It was, like I said, the Canucks and Tins, but then now the Tins are out and the Flames are in. And I looked at the Atlantic Division. I believe 3 teams only made it from this division. Lightning won the division. Sabres clinched the playoff spot for the first time in forever. And the Maple Leafs clinched that 3rd spot. They were tied with the Panthers, both with 90 points, but the Maple Leafs had a tiebreaker over Florida, and Florida didn't even make the playoffs. And then over in the Metropolitan Division, 5 teams made it. Penguins won that division and had the best record in the Eastern Conference. Hurricanes, who beat the Dunlop's in the last game of the regular season 2-0 in the last episode, they finished second in the Metropolitan Division. Devils finished 3rd, Capitals finished 4th, and the Flyers finished 5th. So yeah, with the Blue Jackets, Rangers, and Islanders missing the playoffs from the Metropolitan Division. And then I looked at the Western Conference. So the 1 seed is the Blackhawks. The 1 seed is the Blackhawks. The 2 seed is the Oilers. The 3 seed is the Stars. The 4 seed is the Ducks. The 5 seed is the Golden Knights. The 6 seed is the Austin Dunlop's. The 7th seed is the Canucks, and the 8th seed is the Flames. So it's the Blackhawks and Flames, the Oilers and the Canucks, the Stars and Dunlop's. I'm pretty sure it's the Stars and Dundons in the first round. And if you don't know this, you should. But if you don't know, the Dallas Stars are my. If you don't know this, you should. But if you don't know it, the Dallas Stars are my favorite team. So let's say I'm going to be playing the Dallas Stars in the first round, or let's say I'm going to be playing, or the Austin Dundons are going to be playing the Dallas Stars in the first round of the playoffs. And then, like I said, it's the Blackhawks, Flames, Oilers, Canucks, Stars, Dundons, Ducks, Golden Knights, with the Blackhawks, Oilers, Stars, and Ducks having home ice advantage. So that means, like I said, the Stars have home field advantage, or home ice advantage. So, like I said, the Blackhawks, Oilers, Stars, and Ducks all have home field, or the Blackhawks, Oilers, Stars, and Ducks all have home ice advantage in their first round series. Over in the Eastern Conference, it's the Penguins, Maple Leafs, Hurricanes, Sabres, Devils, Flyers, Lightning, and Capitals, with the Penguins, Hurricanes, Devils, and Lightning all having home ice advantage in their first round series. So that's pretty much it. I'll show you guys the playoff picture or playoff bracket once I sim the playoffs, because I haven't simmed the playoffs yet. But yeah, playoff time. That's it. Okay. Okay. Should be the Dallas Stars. Okay. AHL regular season has come to an end. Same for the NHL. Oh jeez. When I set goals at the beginning of the year, I expected them to be accomplished. However, I was disappointed with the result this time around. Don't make a habit of this, or there will be consequences. Failed. I want us to boost team chemistry by 5 to 78. That was only $40,000. I failed. But still made the playoffs, owner. I was the owner. It is the Dallas Stars. I was pretty sure. Danes 1 and 2 are in Dallas on back-to-back days, because in this game, I know in real life there was supposed to be that 3-week gap, or not gap, but 3-week break for the Olympics, which in real life, the players, the NHL players this past season didn't go to the Olympics, but they were supposed to, and there were still, but because there were so many COVID postponements, and because of COVID, they didn't go to the Olympics, and they used that 3-week span to make up like 50 games. But because this is technically an expansion of our franchise where it's 33 NHL teams, there was no 3-week break for the Olympics, so that's why the date right now is April 11th. Game 1 is on April 12th, and then Game 2 is on April 13th. Looks like games 1 and 2 latest are in Dallas on back-to-back days. And by the way, next episode of a series, and by the way, for the playoffs, I just don't film one game per episode for the playoffs, like per usual, like in the regular season. But for the playoffs, obviously I'll be filming. I think I've said this before, but if I haven't, I'll be filming every game. I'll be filming every game 1 for every series, and then I'll be filming every elimination game for either team in every series. So, next episode of the series will be the first elimination game for either team in this series, which will be Game 4, Game 5, or Game 6. So it's the Stars, Dundons, Blackhawks, Flames, Ducks, Golden Knights, Oilers, Canucks, then Hurricanes, Devils, Penguins, Flyers, Sabres, Maple Leafs, Lightning, and Capitals. I'm pretty sure that's how it was when I said it, and I'm pretty sure that was the same as when I showed you the standings like 2 minutes ago. But either way, that's your 8 first-round matchups, as the winner of the Dundons and Stars series will play the winner of the Flames and Blackhawks series. And the Flames, well, are the 8 seed. Blackhawks are the 1 seed. I wonder how the AHL... Texas Stars made it. That's Texas Stars right there. Texas Stars are playing the Manitoba Moose. Our AHL team, which I believe is the Birmingham Aces or something. Yeah, we definitely didn't make it. But there's the Calder Cup standings, or Calder Cup playoff bracket. Texas Stars making it. That's my absolute favorite AHL team, because Texas Stars are the AHL affiliate of the Dallas Stars, who I'm about to play the Dallas Stars here in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. As in the last 2 games of the regular season, we got shut out 3-0 into the Bruins in Boston, and then 2-0 into the Hurricanes at home in the last game of the regular season. So we haven't scored a goal in 2 games. Because we last 2 games of the regular season, we got shut out 3-0 and then 2-0. Yeah, it looks like games 1 and 2 are on back-to-back days, and there's a day off, then game 3 at home, then another day off, then another day off, then game 4, which is at home, and then another day off, then game 5, which is in Dallas, if it gets that far, and then the next day, game 6, if it gets that far, is back in Austin, no days off, or no day off, and then a day off, and then if it gets to a game 7, and if it gets to a game 7 is in Dallas. So games 1, 2, 5, and 7 are in Dallas, and then games 3, 4, and 6 are in Austin. So you don't have to travel that far, because Austin to Dallas is like 3 hours-ish. 3 hours, give or take, depends on traffic, obviously. But, I mean, same states. Like I said, about 3-hour drive, depending on traffic. But yeah, it's sim up to the day, because we're not on the day yet. Now we are. But yeah, that nods at Stars. We went 46, 34, and 2. They went 44, 30, and 8. The only reason they had more points is they had 8 overtime losses, so we only had 2. So we had 2 more wins than them, but they had 6 more overtime losses. So we went 46, 34, and 2, and they went 44, 30, and 8. We were 7-3-0 in our last 10 games of the regular season. They were 4-4 and 2. So yeah, let's get into the game. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Game 1 of the first round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. Gun Dogs at Stars at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. Let's get into it right now. Here we go. Game 1, Gun Dogs at Stars at American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas. They have Joe Pavelski, Miro Heiskanen, Rupe Hintz. I think they also have Saden, Tyler Saden, Jamie Benn. We have Tyson Barrie, Alexander Wenberg, Jake DeBrus, Nito Niederreiter. We have Dmitry Orlov. Kyle Palmieri. The list goes on and on. Away uniforms for us, home uniforms for the Stars. So they have a better offense. The Stars have a better offense and goalie, but we have a better defense. Style attritional, length 4 minutes, Joe Pro, honest trainer, adaptive. Let's get into the game right now. So let's we have a 86 offense, 89 defense, and an 81 goalie. They have a 91 offense, 86 defense, and an 87 goalie. So they have a better offense by 5. We have a better defense by 3, and they have a better goalie by 6. We have their goalie. I picked Jake Oninger. He used to be on the Stars in the expansion draft, and their goalie could be Ben Bishop, or Braden Holtby, or Anton Khudobin. I'm not sure. Could be Ben Bishop though. In real life, did retire, but in this game he still could be playing. I'm guessing it's probably Ben Bishop. Sorry about that barking. If it keeps going, I'll close the door to the man cave. Let's watch the prediction. James Cybulski, round 1, game 1. I'm excited and nervous. Let's get it. Here we go. It's Saden and Wenberg on the face-off. And we want to open a face-off as we're on your way here in the playoffs. Here we go. Backdoor save by, that is Bishop. So their goalie's Ben Bishop, our goalie's Jake Oninger. You didn't miss anything. That shot was stopped and held by Bishop. Like I said, our goalie is Jake Oninger, and their goalie is Ben Bishop, who in real life I know did retire. Not officially, but he's going to sit out, and then this upcoming season is his last season, or is the last year of his contract, and then he'll officially retire. I did the last clip did end because for this camera, once the clip is 12 minutes and 45 seconds, the clip ends. So I started a new clip, and I did close the door to the man cave, so you shouldn't be able to hear my dog play fight with my other dog, or you shouldn't hear my dog bark, and at least as much. You might as much as you did like a minute ago. You might hear it muffled, but it'll be less loud than it was like a minute ago. Let's get back into the game because it's already like 13 minutes in the video, and we're only 30 seconds into the game. 33 seconds to be exact. 33 seconds to be exact. Here we go. Here's not sure who that defenseman out top was. We have 2 defensemen out right now. I got intercepted, and now I got a nailed shot stopped by Bishop. Niederreiter shot stopped and held by Bishop, but that was a pass by Dallas in their own zone, picked off. We do have 2 defensemen out though right now. We do have 2 defensemen out right now. One out in the late May, and he might come back if we get to the Stanley Cup final, and the other one's out for the rest of the year. Here's Orlov. Shot stopped right on in front of Hastings and got up to Pavelski. Here we go. Here's Pavelski. And that did not work. Here's Wenberg. And that got picked off by Saden. This first line is Pavelski, Saden, and Radjov. Radjov has got hip checked. And Radjov signed that, I believe, in Russia. But this game is still playing for the Dallas Stars. And that got picked off by Saden. 4 minutes in the game 1. No score. Bumped off at the line. Wenberg hits it out right to the slot. Right to Cernak, who got bumped. Now down low. Radulov save Oninger. 15-13 to go in the first period. Like I said, Jake Oninger is a former Dallas Star. And the Dallas Stars, like I said, are my favorite team. And the Austin Dunlop's goal horn is the Dallas Stars goal horn, so I'll be hearing the Dallas Stars goal horn in this game, unless the Dallas Stars get shut out, which should be nice. Just because I'm playing, I'm obviously in real life, don't want to get shut out. But in this game, I don't have a problem with it. Here's Klimberg, who's still on the Stars in this game. It's not by, here's Cernak. Come on, we're in pressure. Here's Hintz. Dallas all over us. Andre made the save on a little shot by Hintz. He was hit as he shot it, so it wasn't that good. 13:49 to go in the first period. No score, but Dallas is starting to get some momentum here. Here we go. They have Robertson, Hintz, and Ben out there versus Palmieri, Continemi, and Silverberg. They won the face-off. Up ahead, here's Silverberg. Got the other way. And across, Palmieri got the putt jacked from him by Jamie Benn, I believe the Dallas captain. I believe he's the Dallas captain. He should be. He's been that way for like 6 years. Hintz just got crunched by Palmieri. Foot race. Klimber will easily get there. Not easily, but he'll get there. Here we go. Here we go. What a hit! There's a fight! And it's Jamie Benn versus Ryan Murray. Jamie Benn, the Stars captain, versus Ryan Murray, one of our defensemen. It was on a hit by a Dundons player on a Stars player. It was an AI though. I wasn't controlling the Dundons player. Ryan Murray versus Jamie Benn. The Dallas captain wins the fight. And there was a fight basically at center, basically almost at center ice. And the Stars captain Jamie Benn wins it, but he's now out for 5 minutes. Sending for Ryan Murray. My goodness. 11:35 to go in the first period. No score. It'll be a neutral zone face-off. And we lose the face-off. Here's Essa Lindell. Poached at the way. He got it back. Andre made the save at the top of his crease. Here's Brandon Saad. Here's Riley Nash. Shot! Stopped by Bishop. Here we go. Round in front and not go. Another shot. Glove save Bishop. As one of my players is slow to get up in the corner. 10 minutes to go in the first period. Exactly. No score. As we're exactly at the halfway point of the opening period. Still have Blake Como. And we lose a face-off. Here's Essa Lindell over to Blake Como. Here's Honka. Julius Honka still in the NHL in this game. In real life, he's overseas now. Here's Roslovic. Pass the bat to Riley Nash. He still has it. Back door. Blocked rebound. It was blocked. Gonna still have it. I didn't realize that. And the shot's running in the chest of Ben Bishop. 8:19 to go in the first period. No score. Here we go. Their first line's backed out there with our first line. Wember versus Sadin. Sadin wins it. Back to Lindell. Here's Julius Honka. Hasn't played with a game with the Dallas Stars in years. Here we go. That got intercepted by, I believe that was Wember. That was using him in the slot. Here's the brush. Save. Aden held with a glove by Bishop up against his chest. 6:54 to go in the first period. Still no score. Wember versus Sadin again on the face-off. Left circle of the Dallas zone. Too early. Here's Klimberg. Here's Heiskanen. Pavelski. And that got intercepted by DeBrusque. And that got intercepted by Sadin now. I don't know what that pass was. I thought there was a dive over there. Shot stopped. Rebound was there, but picked up by the Dundons. Here's DeBrusque. Back the other way. Trying to hit the Wember. Did not work. Follow up on the play. It's Orlov. Blocked by a Stars player. Might have been a goal if it wasn't blocked, but the left side was open. Here we go. Here's Pavelski. Dumps it down behind Oninger. Oninger stays put. That got intercepted by Radulov. Back to Hastings and blocked in front by DeBrusque. And he lost it, but out of the zone. Here we go. Here's Radulov. Tonedrad. Sadin. Glove save Oninger, who I say is a former Dallas Star, and I double hit the pass button, so that's going to be nice against Austin. As Dallas is first to the circles. 2:40 to go in the first period. No score here in game one. Hits 4-3 in favor of Dallas. Or 4-3 in favor of Austin, excuse me. Here we go. Again, Sadin versus Wemberg. Or Continemi, excuse me. We have our second line out there. And Continemi wins it. Here we go. First goal is huge, especially in a playoff game. Shot! Blocker save on it, or blocker save Pavelski, or blocker save Bishop. Here we go. Here's Klimberg, who really just signed with the Ducks via free agency. Here we go. Here's Jamie Benn, who's back after the fight, which in this game was like 10 minutes ago. Here we go. Here's Silverberg. 40 seconds. Here we go. Right to the slot. Shot! Score! Continemi and the Star and the Dun-Duns strike first. And there's a Dun-Duns fan right, there's two Dun-Duns fans there behind the glass, behind where the players are celebrating. There's a lot of Dun-Duns fans. I didn't see a lot of white jerseys in the stand. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, Austin to Dallas is only like a 3-hour drive. Depends on traffic, but either way, it's definitely drivable. I mean, anything's drivable, but like Detroit to like Detroit. All right, here we go. Right out in front. Saved by Ottinger. 4 seconds. I don't pass it out behind the net, and that is the end of the first period. 1-0 Austin. As we score a goal with like 20 seconds left in the first period. 1-0 Austin after 1 here in Dallas. Yeah, literally when I said the Dun-Duns strike and the Dun-Duns strike first in game 1, I literally caught myself because I started to say the Stars strike first in game 1 because I'm used to Dallas Stars being my favorite team, and I have a Dallas Stars franchise. So, yeah. So we outshot on 12-7. The goal was scored by Continemi. I didn't know who scored it right away, but usually it shows who scored it. It did, like after like 2 seconds, but usually it says it right away. Face-off 6-5 in favor of Austin. Penalty minutes, 5 penalty minutes for each side for the 5-minute major for fighting on Jamie Benn and Ryan Murray, as there's a fight on the screen right there. Looks like that was Robertson who was hit, and he actually was holding his head going onto the bench. Hits were 5-4 in favor of Austin. Shots were 12-7 in favor of Austin. We're up 1-0 over the Dallas Stars after 1 period of play here at AAC, American Airlines Center. There's the goal right there. Bishop tried for a desperation save, but cannot come up with it. Yeah. And that goal was with 20 seconds left in the first period, so not bad at all. Yeah, like I said, Austin to Dallas, that drive is only like 3 hours, like I said, depending on traffic, and it's obviously drivable. Well, really anything's drivable, but would you want to drive from like Detroit to Dallas? Obviously, you'd rather fly, but like Austin to Dallas, it's probably more convenient to drive. Obviously, Detroit to Dallas is more convenient to fly, but Austin to Dallas is more convenient to drive. I know it's like a 3-hour drive, but it saves you some money from well, buying a plane ticket, because yeah, I know a flight probably would be only like 45 minutes, but like saves you some money, and it saves you some money because if you fly from Austin to Dallas, you have to fly back. I don't know. And either way, you probably have to have a hotel in Dallas too, because games 1 and 2 are back-to-back nights. And even if they weren't, well, you would still have to get a hotel. So it would be obviously smarter to drive than fly from Austin to Dallas. But it doesn't really matter. But either way, it's only, like I said, like a 3-hour drive, depending on traffic, though. But yeah, enough with that. But there was a lot of Austin Dun-Duns fans, though, because you saw all those white jerseys. All those white jerseys on the replay of the goal. You can see all the white jerseys, which there should be a good amount of Dun-Duns fans, because like I said, it's only there should be a good amount of Dun-Duns fans because it's only like a 3-hour drive from Austin to Dallas. But enough with that. Let's get into the second period here in game 1 here in Dallas, 1-0 Austin. Good start for Austin on the road in game 1 of the first round, or good start for the Dun-Duns on the road here in game 1 of the first round. Here in the 2022 Stanley Cup Finals. Here's Klimber, lost the puck. The defense has been doing well. Hope I doesn't jinx ourselves. Here's the brush. I tried to get around that hit, but Klimber just nailed the brush. And somehow he almost got through there. Klimber did, but did not. He almost did. Here we go, back the other way. Here's Wenberg. Shot it! Almost between 2 Stars players. Did not work, though. Here's Klimber. I want to hit him. He's moving too quick for me to do it. Here's Radulov. Radulov lost it at the blue line. And pass all the way onside was Wenberg behind the defense. He scores! Wenberg, our captain, roots it into the top of the net, and the Dun-Duns lead 2-0. What a start for Austin here in game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs here on the road. It was a backhand that roofed over the glove of Ben Bishop as Wenberg roofed it over the glove of Bishop and into the top of the net. 17:08 to go in the second period, assisted by Niederreiter, and it's 2-0 Dun-Duns. Here's Niederreiter. Here we go, here's Niederreiter. Or actually, that was Niederreiter who shot it. Stopped and held by Bishop. I can't believe Wenberg's shot actually went in. I didn't mean to backhand it, but he backhanded it over Bishop's glove and roofed it into the top of the net. 16:32 to go in the second period. 2-0 Austin. Here in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, or Stanley Cup Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs, not final. It's just not possible to have Austin and Dallas in the Stanley Cup Final. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Game 1 of the first round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs here in 2022. What a hit! And that was a hit by, I believe, Cernat. Here's Silverbird. Donuts have all the momentum. What a save by Bishop. Flash of leather. Throws it to Klimbird. All the way to Robertson, who just got absolutely demolished. He was the one that got demolished and was hurt. That was for the Ben fight. And here we go. Hastings coming off at the blue line. Here's Ben. Sit down, Jamie Benn. He didn't miss anything. I dumped the puck into the Stars zone. 13-4 to go in the center period to end counting. Dumped it in. Here we go. Did it there first. It's Silverbird. And I tried to pass it to the slot. Instead, it went off the side of the net. That was behind it, below the goal line too far. Back the other way. Dallas with some speed. Shot. I don't know what that hit. Then it was stopped by Oninger, I believe. Hit the blocker and then went to the slot. Here's Conti Nemi. Got the putt stripped from behind. Here's Robertson. And he got around. And a little weak shot, or a backhander from like the slot, is blocked. Here we go, back the other way. Right to the slot. Silverbird backhander stopped and held by Bishop. 10:22 to go. 10:22 to go in the second period. 2-0 Donuts here in Game 1 of the first round of the 2022 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Here we go. Game 1 of the first round of the 2022 Stanley Cup Playoffs. And here we go. Here we go. Oh, I almost hit that guy. Now at the other way, Duryanov. With a slapper. Save Oninger. His best save, or hardest save of the game. Turned over now. Here's number 96. I'm not sure who this is. And here's Corbin. Right to the slot. I just nailed that dude. The Mars. And the Donuts have the puck. Here's Riley Nash. Shot it. Blocked in front. He still has it, though. And he lost it. Somehow he's muscling the puck from Corbin. Whatever the heck that is. And with a 7:20 to go, shot blocked. A lot of blocked shots. Here we go. Here's our number 96. Reset at the point. Murray has that fight. Here's Barry. Save Oninger, or save Bishop. Tipped out of there. Here's Hunt. Now Radulov. 5:45 to go. Right to the slot. Picked off by Riley Nash. Stick lifted, though. Duryanov out. Right to the slot. Save Oninger. And he's going to pass it. Here's Lemieux in the corner. Or Lemets or whatever. Here's Nash. Nash still going. A cross shot. Another glove save. And by Bishop, and he throws it out. Here's Pavelski. And I just nailed Pavelski. 3:40 to go. Shot. Got through two Donuts players. But stopped by Bishop. Or stopped by Oninger. I keep saying... I keep getting it always mixed up here. But stopped by Oninger. This shot stopped by Bishop. Here's Hastings and 2:30 remaining. Still 2-0 Donuts. Here's Saden. Lost the putt at the blue or at the red line. Here's Benton. One of our two defensemen in for our two defensemen that are out right now. One in May. Saden, sit down. One in May and one in July. And obviously the one in July is out for the rest of the year, and then May could be out for the rest of the year. Here's Radulov. Shot was blocked but still went towards the net and it was stopped by Oninger. Here we go, back the other way. And I don't know what that was. 8 seconds. Now Pavelski, Dallas looking for a buzzer beater. Here's Botsa. Radulov. Save Oninger. Passes it out to Zadorov. Up ahead Wembird, and that's the end of the second period. 2-0 Donuts. There we go. So it's 1-0 Donuts after 1, and now it's 2-0 Donuts after 2. Shots were 21-13 in favor of the Donuts. Hits were 12-7 in favor of the Donuts. I mean, this is a team. This is a good game so far, but hopefully I don't choke it in the third period. Because I know the Dallas Stars are coming out fierce because they're down 2-0 with only 20 minutes to go. But so far so good. But like I said, our goal horn is the Dallas Stars goal horn, and obviously we're playing the Dallas Stars, so we'll hear it. The Dallas Stars don't in this game unless the Dallas Stars did a 0 on the scoreboard. I'm not going to say the 2 words I said earlier because Oninger has that for 2 periods. I'm not going to jinx him. But yeah, let's get in the third period here in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I know I said Stanley Cup final earlier. That was a mistake. I caught myself though. I think I only said that once. Let's in the third period here in Game 1 of the first round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. Let's get into the third period here in Game 1. 2-0 Dundalks here in Dallas. So here we go, third period, Game 1 here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Third period here in Game 1 of the first round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. Dundalks 2, Stars 0. That's pass to the Stars broken up. Here we go, Dundalks 2, Stars 0. Shot blocked in front by Klimberg. Here's Hastinen. Dallas Stars are finally pushing here as we're 90 seconds into the period. Here we go, what a play. The defense is playing great for now. And now Sadin, back to the point, shot! Save Ottinger, good save. Now the breast. We might have some numbers here. We might have some numbers. There's a guy over, back door not blocked. Orlov, save Bishop. Man, we had a 2-on-1, just I kind of messed it up, and also the other player that didn't have the putt was a little too wide. Here we go, one-timer. It was a one-time chance for Pavelski, but broken up and intercepted by Niederreiter. Shot! Blocker save Bishop. Now Wenberg has it. Over. Palmieri. Oh, I was going to do back door. Back door! And it worked. Orlov. Back door again. Radulov has the putt as Pavelski picked off the pass. Radulov got hit hard. Here's Niederreiter. I did not mean to do that. I meant to pass it more to the left instead of passing more up the ice. Here we go, and that got picked off. Here's Cernak. Defense is doing really well here. Around the edge. Back. Oh, I stole the puck. Here's Lindell. Robertson. 12.5 minutes to go. Watch the back door feed. Right in front, save Ottinger. As the pass got through, but Ottinger said no. Under 12 to play. Over. And that backhander was blocked out in front, and that's stolen. 11 minutes to go in Game 1. Here in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. 2-0 Austin. Ben just got nailed. And now Palmieri lost the puck, but does draw the zone. Here's Julius Honta halfway through the third. Now in front. Honta save rebound. Oh, how did he not put it in? And number 96 had it. And a wide open net, but he took the puck behind the net and then lost it. How was that not put in? But don't ask me. Here's Murray. Over! And I should have shot that quicker than I did. 8:50 to go in the third period. We're still up 2-0 though. As Andre has the, you know what going on. 8:50 to go here in Game 1 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs here in 2022. We're up 2-0. Shot! What a save by Bishop with the blocker, and the puck goes out of play. Faceoff will stay in our zone because it hit Bishop last. Or faceoff will stay in the Stars zone because it hit Bishop last. That's what I'm going to say. It stays in our offensive zone, which is the Stars' defensive zone. We lose the faceoff. I don't know why there was no defenseman over there. There's Hunt. Here's Cogliano, who just won a Stanley Cup with the Avalanche in real life a month and a half ago. Here's Brandon Saad. Come on, stolen from Roslovic, but then Nash stole the puck from, I believe that was Hunt or whatever. Here we go. Here's Barry. And he got through everyone. Nash still has it. He got the puck stolen from him by Radek Fonsa. There's a big boy, and that puck goes into the bench. Goes into the Dundalks bench. Only 6:13 remaining though. Either team has scored here in the third. But the Dundalks scored one goal in the first, one goal in the second. And then neither team scored here in the third. And we're up 2-0. Hits 14-8 hits are in favor of the Dundalks. We win the faceoff in the neutral zone. Somehow they got through to the side. I'm not sure how it did. And it got poached up from behind. Here's Corbin. Here's Halal. Not intercepted, but then Cogliano comes in and takes the putt from us. 5 minutes to go. And a shot! Blocker save, I believe, by Ottinger. Or at least he got it. Here we go, Niederreiter. I just want to dump it in. I might be able to get there first. I will! Dump and chase to perfection from Niederreiter. And the pass to Wenberg, who already had the goal, was intercepted. Only 3.5 minutes to go. Bishop stays put for now. Fonsa blocked. Right on in front. Ottinger said no. Orlov got the putt stolen from him. Orlov. Wenberg. I'm just going to dump it to kill some time here. And get in there first at the breast. No, a back door. Oh, I was going to do a back door. The breast still has it. And a little knuckler to Bishop is stopped by Bishop. 1:45 to go. It should pull him, but the CPU always waits on the pull their goalie even when they're down by multiple goals. Here's Palmieri, who stole it. and it was stolen from him, but then stolen from Pavelski. And only 50 seconds to go. We're up 2-0. There goes Bishop. Sits on 5 for Dallas. Or no, he actually went back because we stole the puck in the neutral zone. 45 seconds. You think he would go again. And there he goes. 40 seconds to go. Dallas needs 2 goals. They need a miracle. Put out to the out of the zone. Satan has to play it back because Dallas is a touch up. And number 77 just goes backwards from our blue line to their blue line. Radulov, 25 seconds shot blocked. But I believe Wenberg, Orlov, got it stolen from him. Radulov from the slot. Save Oettinger. He's going to pass it out to Orlov. Got it stolen from Orlov. Now one in front. Hit the side of the net. Radulov, one-timer blocked, and it stunned him. I'm not sure who blocked it. 10 seconds. Now one in front. Score. 8.6 to go. And it's 2-1. As there goes Oettinger's shutout with 8 seconds to go. First goal of the playoffs for Joe Pavelski, 9:52 into the third. There's only 8 seconds left. It's 2-1, but there's only 8.6 to go. Come on, win the faceoff, dump it down. We lose the faceoff. Bishop's gonna go again. Hastinen will shoot it. Save Oettinger into the corner, and that's gonna be all she wrote. Gundogs win as we hang on to beat the Stars 2-1. As they got the goal with 8 seconds left by that man, Joe Pavelski. And then they won the face-off, the center ice face-off after they scored the goal. Pulled Bishop again, and they did get one last shot. It was stopped by Oettinger, went behind the net, and then the time ran out, and that was all she wrote. As the game-winning goal ended up being that goal by, holy cow, that was a lot of Gundogs fans. Like I said, only like a 3-hour drive from Austin to Dallas, give or take. Also depends on traffic and how many stops you made. But bottom line is, there was a lot of Gundogs fans here at the arena. No shutout for Jay Donninger. It was only 8 seconds short of that, which does sting. Also, you would have does sting that Donninger does not get the shutout. Pavelski's the third star. Had the only goal for Dallas with 8 seconds left. So that's your tactical goal for Dallas. And then Dallas did get one more shot. And won the center ice face-off after they scored. Ben Bishop, the second star of the game. First star is probably going to be Jay Donninger, our goalie. While the second star is their goalie, Ben Bishop. And first star is Jay Donninger. 1 goal against average, 22 saves, a .957 save percentage. As he had 22 saves on 23 shots, while Bishop had 24 saves on 26 shots. Time in attack, we had about a minute more. That's rare. Actually, my team has more time in attack than the other team. Faceoffs 11-9 in favor of Dallas. Penalty minutes, just 5 penalty minutes for each side, which is a 5-minute major for fighting on Jamie Benn, and then the 5-minute major for fighting on Ryan Murray. But yeah, what a game. The Dallas Stars had their chances, especially at the end there, because I mean, first I was like, if the Dallas Stars tie it and the game went to overtime, we're gonna lose the game, because it's like, well. I mean, obviously they scored and sent the game to overtime, tied at 2, and we could have still won, but like that would have been like heartbreaking for the Gundogs of how they say they scored 2 goals in 8 seconds. Dallas did, which they didn't, but say they did scored 2. Would have been a heartbreaker if Dallas scored a goal to tie it at 2 and sent it to overtime. Because it would have been 2 goals in 8 seconds, and we still could have won possibly. But also, it would have been a heartbreaker for the Gundogs to give up 2 goals in 8 seconds, which they did give up 1 goal with 8 seconds left, but then did lose the face-off at center ice after the Stars did score, which might mean, well, I mean, the Stars, after they scored, the Stars did win the center ice face-off after they scored, pulled Bishop again, and then one last shot. I'm not sure, it might have been by Hastings, or it was by someone. I'm not sure who it was by, but one last shot was stopped by the glove of Oettinger. It rolled behind the net, and then at that point there was like 2 seconds left, and then the puck just stayed behind the net or behind the goal line or below the goal line for those last like 2 seconds, give or take, and time ran out on the Dallas Stars as the Gundogs hang on to beat the Dallas Stars, as the Austin Gundogs hang on to beat the Dallas Stars 2-1 here in Game 1 of the first round of the 2022 Stanley Cup playoffs. And the Gundogs have a 1-0 series lead in this best-of-7 series, as it's a best-of-7 series, obviously. And the Gundogs lead this best-of-7 series the Gundogs series 1-0 after beating the Gundogs, the Gundogs lead this best-of-7 series 1-0 after beating the Dallas Stars 2-1 in Game 1. What a dame, what a dame. What, 3 words, what a dame, what a dame. My goodness. Yeah. Like I said, next episode of the series will be the first elimination game for either team in this series. Doesn't matter if it's for the Dundons or it doesn't matter if it's for the Dundons or the Stars. Next episode of the series will be the first elimination game for either team in this series. Which hopefully will be an elimination game for the Dallas Stars, but regardless of regardless if it's an elimination game for the Dundons or the Dallas Stars, next episode of the series, like I said, will be the first elimination game for either team in this series, which will be Game 4, Game 5, or Game 6. I hope you enjoyed this episode, which is Game 1. As the Dundons beat the Dallas Stars 2-1. It was a good game. Fortunately, Andre was 8 seconds short of a playoff shutout, which I believe would have been his first career playoff shutout because he's only like a second-year player. It would have been his first career playoff shutout and his first career playoff game, I believe. Well, he might have played like a few minutes in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs in the Edmonton bubble because he might have our starter in 2020 was Anton Khudobin, but I believe I think one game in the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs in the Edmonton bubble, Anton Khudobin, who was the Dallas Stars starting goaltender then, was pulled, and Jake Onger, I believe, was a backup, and Jake Onger played a little bit. But this is Jake Onger's first career playoff start, and he was 8 seconds short of his first career playoff shutout and his first career playoff start. But I mean, yes, that does stand that Andre does not get the shutout, but the Dundons still do get the win, and he still is. Andre's obviously disappointed he didn't get the shutout, but he's still happy his team got the win, and they're up 1-0 in this best of 7 series. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. You'll find out what and when. And by the way, next episode of the series in real life I'm thinking next episode of the series in real life will be sometime. I'm thinking next week, maybe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The next video on this channel, and by the way, you'll find out what and when the next video on this channel will be when I post it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, time we're closing the board. Okay guys, time we're closing the board. If you like this episode, okay guys, time we're closing the board. If you like this episode, okay guys, time we're closing the board. If you like this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know I'm gonna see you. And you know I'm gonna see you. And you know I'm gonna see you in episode number 7 of this Austin Dundons. And you know I'm gonna see you in episode number 7 of this Austin Dundons NHL 22 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. See you in episode number 7. And you don't want to bacon and go Dundons.